Hey you guys, it's your girl, my Asia I May, and welcome back to Crowned and Posh. And I want to apologize for the last video that I dropped of the Love and Marriage Huntsville mid-season trailer. There was a lot of background noise in the back, so I definitely apologize for that, and I will be mindful of that moving forward. But honey, our girl Money Making Mel recently did a interview today that I caught on Instagram. And so I want to go ahead and go over that interview that she did with the lovely lady from bossup.com. It was a really good interview. But first, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and of course hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload content. Now, the interview was good. They touched on, of course, Ms.Wanda and her antics, where Melody is at emotional when it comes to all the drama online between Martell and Coleslaw, and how she remains grounded and positive at the same time. So anytime Mel speaks and gives these type of interviews, it's just inspiration for me. I know it's inspiration for you guys as well, being the hardworking women that we are. I love when Mel gets up and speak, and I'm gonna make it my business, either if not this year, but definitely next year, to partake in one of her events. I think that Melody just has that gift where she can reach people and people relate to her. So I'm definitely going to make that a task that I want to accomplish. Absolutely. But anyways, let's get into the interview. Honey, they talked about Tisha and them, Melody's business, and how 7th Avenue Skincare is just so successful, and the overwhelming support that Melody has received from fans, and what we can expect in this second half of this up and coming season. So just to remind you guys, the season is starting this Saturday, or is it Friday? Whenever September 10th is, we will be watching it. We will be reviewing it. But like I said before, it's always inspirational to hear Mel get up there and tell her story and just give tips and just let us know where she's at in life with everything going on. So, of course, before we get started, I want to make sure I let y'all know I'm in the comments. So once this interview is finished, make sure you guys get down in the comments and let's talk about it. Let me know how you feel about the interview. I know they also touched on Kimmy's health and where she was at because, everyone's concerned right now. So Melody had an interesting response to that as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the interview Melody did today.
Brand new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville starting this Saturday on OWN, and we have so much to unpack. So first of all, how are you? What is going down in Huntsville right now?
Well, first of all, you look beautiful as well, and I'm doing very well. What's going on in Huntsville right now for me is, continuing to handle business, which is what I typically do whenever we're done filming, because we are done filming. We've already filmed the second half. We ended in August. You guys are just about to see it. So I've just literally been working on all of my business endeavors. I have Fashion Week coming up Sunday. My skincare line is getting orders every day. And so I'm just working hard. That's what I do when I'm filming. I put all of that energy somewhere else.
Yes, absolutely. And speaking of filming, what do you do to prepare for this process? Because I know sometimes things get contentious when you're filming. I know it can disturb your peace. What do you do to get ready to film Love and Marriage Huntsville?
So it's not necessarily that I do anything to get ready to film for Love and Marriage Huntsville. The work that I do on myself is work that I do every day, regardless, whether that's getting ready to go into a new season or not. And so what I really work hard to do is to make sure that I'm in a place where I am calm, where I'm at peace, where I'm surrounded by the things and the people that I desire to be surrounded by. And so then by doing so, when it comes to, hey, it's time to film Love and Marriage Huntsville, that's the same energy and peace that I bring into the starting of filming the show, right? And so it's a constant everyday work.
Yes, yes. Okay, so I have an official description of the new season.
Okay.
And it says, the new episodes continue to follow the group as they navigate their businesses, friendships, and relationships in Huntsville. The season rehashes the fallout from Melly and Martell's relationship as the two reconnect. And Melly admits to Stormy that she is cautiously moving forward with him. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Stormy, because I feel like for you, she is someone who has been...
I'm sorry, girl, but hold on.
Wait, is that description not correct?
Girl, that whole description right there, child.
They said...
If that's not do some misleading up in there, I don't know what does. So let me be very clear. Listen,
let's be clear.
Let's be very clear. I was not in any way reconnecting with Martell. I hate that they use that term. This is my first time hearing the description. There was no attempt of reconnecting of any kind. Maybe they felt that way because first half I was like, hey, I'm not going to be able to film with him, y'all. I'm sorry. I know y'all would love to have it, but no, right?
Yes.
And then the second half, of course, we do end up filming together. So maybe that's the only reconnect that I got is the work reconnect. I don't know.
They said it with straight too, like they're reconnecting. And I was like, I don't know.
No. And even like the conversation, you said cautiously moving forward as it pertains with, my conversation with Stormy. It was moving forward in the sense of trying to co-parent, not anything outside of that.
Yes. Yes. Can we talk about the co-parenting? Because like you said, you are all about protecting your peace. Mm-hmm. And I remember we did an interview with you and you said, you're not going to see me pay him any mind. I'm going to pay him dust. But I feel like everyone gets to a point where they feel like they have to defend themselves.
Yes.
Was there a breaking point for you? Because we all recently saw what happened on social media.
Yeah, it absolutely was. And I work very hard to rise above and to remain positive as it pertains to my posts, as it pertains to how I am literally really living on a daily basis. Anybody who's in my camp that's around me, they will tell you that I exude positivity, and that's what I exude on a regular. However, as you said, everyone has a breaking point. And so I've seen some things come across social media around March, April, long posts. I didn't respond. Then it happened again a couple of months after. I didn't respond. And so after a while, if you continue, to poke the bear, you're going to get a reaction. And so that's what ended up happening, was you guys got a reaction. I think sometimes people will take your decision to be quiet or silent as weakness. Yeah. And sometimes you just have to remind people, like, yes, I'm on my journey of peace, but at the same time, there's a time for war. So leave me alone,
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where it was. Looking back at it now, do I regret responding? To be honest, I don't. I meant and said everything that I meant and said.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, somebody in the comments said Scorpio. And I was like, yeah, that was big Scorpio energy. Like, don't come for me.
Yeah.
But if you come for me, I'm going to send for you. So there's
but
that.
It takes a while. It takes a while. Not every little thing deserves a response. And that's the way I move regularly and generally is, hey, I won't say anything. But at sometimes, you just have to remind people, don't get it twisted.
Right.
Is that a lack of maturity? No, it's not. Being mature was choosing for a while not to respond or say anything. At the end of the day, I'm still human. I know a lot of people want to think that I think I'm perfect, but I don't. And so I'm still human, and I still, I still have feelings and emotions too. And that's just real life.
That is real life. That is real life. Are you going to stick to your guns and not respond in the future, or do you just not know? Is that just
girl, you're about to have me up here lying. I don't know. You're about to have me up here.
I can't call it. I don't know.
It just depends. and help me to, you know, as best as I can to continue to operate at my highest level of self.
That is the highest level of self. And I feel like we'll see you operating more in that highest level of self with Stormy this season. So let's talk more about this season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. For you, who did you most enjoy filming with? I know there were some tumultuous times. I know some things got a little hectic, but who did you say, okay, you know what, we're about to have some fun with?
Hold on. Let me.
Not to get you to pick favorites, but
my children.
What'd you say?
My children.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, the babies.
My children. So, you know, they were able to, you know, they came to the amphitheater event. Of course, I had some scenes that I filmed. Everything doesn't make the cut, but I've had some scenes that I filmed with them, and that's always fun for me, you know, because they enjoy filming. And so it's always fun to be able to work together in the craft together. So those are the times when I get most excited. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Let's talk about what else we will see this season. We're talking about Kimmy. First of all, have you spoken to Kimmy lately? Because I think a lot of people are concerned by what they've seen in the trailer. Obviously, we can't reveal what is going on because we're getting ready for the new season. But how is Kimmy?
I mean, I would say Kimmy, ask Kimmy. Ask Kimmy.
Okay, fair. Okay. I want to talk a little bit more about social media. So first of all, we have at Boss a great relationship with Carlos King. And one of the things we have noticed with his shows is that you guys bring kind of a second season to the show to social media, because there's what's airing and then there's what's happening live. Do you guys ever get any text messages or any phone calls like, okay, could you like delete that, or can you hop off social?
No, ain't nobody asking me to delete nothing, because the fact of the matter is, I rarely even say anything about anybody else on social media. Yeah. When I'm on social media, I'm normally promoting self-care, self-love, business, motherhood, life after divorce. I'm rarely ever talking about anybody when it comes to my social media. So no, ain't nobody texting me anything.
Right. And then with social media, do you ever feel like people get a different misconception of you? Like, have you ever
my mama just came on here. Hey, mama, I should have. Hey, mama. I see her. Andrea on here. Hey, yeah, they coming through, girl. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I just saw that pop up.
No, it's good. That means you got support. You got support here, which is good. Do you ever feel like people get things misconstrued about you on social media? And if so, like, what kind of things do you think people think?
When it comes to social media, I don't feel like people have me misconstrued. I think they understand exactly where I'm coming from most of the time and exactly who I am, which is probably one of the reasons I don't have to go to social media often to defend myself, because I'm so transparent and authentic with who I am and being true to who I am on social media, off social media, that most people see right through all the BS. So I don't have to really do or say much of anything.
Right. And I noticed that you called it purpose work. Even in the midst of all that is going on, you still said this is purpose work because people can connect with you in this way and can relate to it. Can you tell us more about that?
Absolutely. So when I started the show, I knew that I wanted to have a reality TV show that was actually real. So I knew out the gate that I wanted to be transparent. I wanted to be authentic. And I knew that meant opinions from others coming, good and bad, right? Yes. But I wanted to be true to where I was in life, where I was in my situation, where I was in my marriage and my family dynamic. And so because of that, did I think that it would create this major platform for me to be able to touch women all across the world and get DMs from people every day who are loving on me and who I'm able to show love to and who are sharing their stories? No, I didn't think that. But once I realized that that is what God had for me, then that's why I say it's purpose work. So when it comes to, you know, me posting and me encouraging, it doesn't matter if people get tired of it. It doesn't matter if they like it or not. That's my purpose work. And everyone has to work to figure out his or her purpose and operate in that. And when you're operating in your purpose, it never matters what anybody has to say.
Absolutely. And once again, this is Boss's Reality Recap with Miss Melody Shari from Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm your host at I Am Danny Canada, managing editor for Bossip. I'm looking at some of these questions. First of all, we're getting a lot of, hey, Mel, we love you. I also see one from 718. How are you dealing with things mentally with how others on your cast try, and they put that in capital letters, try to portray you?
You know, back to kind of what I mentioned earlier, I think that one, whenever there's so much negativity that people have towards you or to say about you, once you've chosen to remove them out of your space, that speaks volumes to me.
Yeah.
If that energy wasn't there when you were around me, when you were in my home, if you were traveling with me, when we were together, that energy wasn't there, then all the negativity you have to say after I've chosen to remove myself, then to me it's like a ball of trash. So I don't let it bother me mentally, because I know who I am. I have people around me every day who are like, oh my gosh, you know, Mel, you are generous, you are kind, you are sweet, you are giving, you are loving. Like, people see that, who've been around me for years. They see that every day. So people who I've chosen to remove myself from, that have so much to say after I've removed myself, I don't care.
Yeah.
God bless them.
God bless. You can't let it bother you. No. Fair enough. Fair enough. So one thing I've noticed is that Love and Marriage Huntsville, what is it, season 4, season 5 now? People are so
heavy about season 6. Let me.
it's season 4B. Girl, people are so enamored by this show. This has been a constant on OWN. This is constantly the #1 show for Black women on Saturdays. Why do you think people are so enamored by Love and Marriage Huntsville?
I think that people first really became connected to the show because they felt like they could relate. They felt like it was authentic. They felt like they were seeing real, you know. And on top of that, they also enjoyed, outside of the messy piece, being able to see the business part of it. Yep. And so people became connected. You know, they were able to relate to a lot of the stories and, you know, the lives of the cast. And they just, out the gate, they've just continued to fall more and more in love with the show as a whole.
Yep. I'm seeing the comments. They're like, it's the realness of it. It's the realness. I understand that completely. I want to talk a little bit more about your skincare line, the 7th Avenue skincare. First of all, Mel, does that code F&F still work?
No. Let me code F&F is no longer valid.
Okay, so don't put F&F in your shopping cart, y'all. That's the hint to the Glorilla song, F&F, F boy free, as you all know.
Yeah. Okay. But let me tell you, that was the biggest hit of a 24-hour. I ended up running it more than 24 hours, but in 24 hours, I had more sales in one day than I'd ever had since I launched it. Wow. It was crazy. Matter of fact, I still have like 250 orders that I've got to do today, between today and tomorrow, from that sale. So my ship more product, it just came in today. I mean, it was one of those things where I wasn't expecting people to have a hold to it like they did and run to the checkout line. But I think a lot of people felt, shoot, if they aren't already FNF, they want to be FNF, or they hope FNF.
It's relatable. It's relatable. I get it. Everybody wants to be FNF.
Let me go ahead and put it into existence.
Yes. Okay. So tell us more about 7th Avenue Skincare. First of all, your skin is always perfect and beautiful. So tell us more about your products.
Absolutely. So 7th Avenue, whenever I made the decision to dissolve, you know, my other Embrace Beauty, and I had to rebrand, I was like, you know what? I wanted to put into effect where I grew up, right? And I grew up on 7th Avenue, and that's where, as a young girl, I learned the importance of taking care of myself, my skin, my hair, and my great-grandmother played a major part in that. And so I knew that I was having actually lunch with one of my friends one day, and I said, I'm gonna name my new skincare line 7th Avenue. And she was like, oh, where that came from? It just came out the blue. Yeah. And so I love the fact that I'm able to pay homage to my great-grandmother and to the street that I grew up on. And then also, I love the fact that I've been able to work with a Black female chemist in creating and formulating these wonderful products that actually work. People are getting amazing results. They're posting about them and giving reviews on my website. And so my story has been able to help women and help them heal inwardly, right? I get DMs all the time. I meet people in public and they walk up to me and we hug and they cry and they share their stories. Those real things happen. But I also wanted to, in a way, be able to affect women outwardly to where they feel beautiful, they feel gorgeous, right? So while we're doing this inward healing and we're moving past hurt, trauma, and pain, also we can look beautiful while we're doing that too. And the first part of that is taking care of our skin, which is the largest organ in our body. So it's been great. I've appreciated the support. The support has been phenomenal. I've got some big conversations happening right now surrounding my skincare line. I'm looking forward to, I can't disclose, I'm looking forward to all of that. And so I work hard in my brand, in my business every day. And I believe that is the way that you set yourself up for success in your business.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, I'm seeing a lot of questions from the fans because you are a beautiful single lady. I think a lot of people want to know, number one, would you ever get married again? I think that's a big question for everyone.
Okay, so I've had that question many times.
Okay.
I'm not going to say that I wouldn't. I absolutely would.
Okay.
If that's what, you know, someone I'm dating, if that's what we choose to do. Absolutely. I'm not in a place where I feel like marriage is terrible. I think marriage is beautiful. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Being in love is a beautiful thing. Is it at the top of my list? Is it mandatory? Is it something I wake up dreaming about, thinking about every day? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
However, if that's something that someone I'm with, if we decided we wanted to, you know, get married, then that's something that we do. Absolutely,
absolutely. And are you dating anyone right now? Is there someone in Miss Mel Shari's line sight?
No. No, there's not. There's not. I've dated post, you know, leaving my marriage, but I'm not dating anyone right now. I feel that I'm really kind of getting to the place, I would say more so now, where I'm more open to maybe being in a relationship and having something serious happen. I'll be honest with you. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna let you know. 9 times out of 10, y'all wouldn't know that I'm dating. You ain't gonna know that I'm dating or who I'm dating. You just gonna probably see a headline and say Melody is married.
You gonna pull an Issa Rae on us? You just gonna pop up married in the south of France?
Probably so. You know, I feel I've shared some of the most inward pieces of my life with the world since I came on the set of reality TV as a public figure. And so for me, when I think about my love life, right, that's not something that I feel like I'm just so ready to put out into the public and to go through that piece of the public having opinions or having things to say or wanting to, I'm kind of good when it comes to that. So y'all probably wouldn't even know, but I'm not dating right now. But if I was, you probably wouldn't know.
Keep it to yourself. You know, was it stay low and build? That's what the people say now, like stay low and build together. So I understand that completely. I do want to talk more about this new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. First of all, we've seen some very explosive trailers about what goes down. What can you tell us about the new season? I'm seeing things about first of all, the Martell thing is not true. We got that. But Wanda's past resurfaces. Melody admits to Stormy. What is happening on this new season? So I can speak for the things that I know that I was a part of filming wise. I know that you guys will see me going straight into my mommy mode, which is say anything about my kids, because I'm never going to say anything about anybody else's kids. Mama bear. First, that whole thing happens. Then you see, you know, from the first half of the season, me saying, hey, sorry, y'all, I'm not filming with Martell. Carlos has already talked about this too previously too. Okay, I start filming with him, right? And then there's this family trip. So you guys get to see that. When it comes to and of course, y'all saw me launch 7th, bless you. Launch 7th Avenue, the first part of the season. You'll get to see me working 7th Avenue this part of the season. In terms of what everyone else has filmed, I'm not sure, like how you just said, a past resurfaces. I didn't know that was something on the show or film. So I'm gonna be sitting over here, girl, waiting to find out just like you. So fans have had a lot to say about not the ensemble cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville, but the family surrounding Love and Marriage Huntsville and how much of a role they play in the show. And one thing that came up was fans wanted Ms.Wanda to be petitioned off the show. What were your thoughts on that? Because we can see it from the outside looking in, but you're there, you're filming. What do you think about family members really being a part of this cast as well? Yeah, I think that most people, sometimes, like you said, everybody gets tired. And I think most people were at a place where they were tired of seeing, you know, when you have continued attacks,
negativity, and then it goes on to children on more than one occasion. I think people overall, just their hearts, it didn't sit well with their hearts. Yeah. And they were like, this is not okay. Hence came a petition, I guess. And so, you know, it's one of those things where you have to keep in mind, it doesn't matter what platform you're on. It doesn't matter, you know, who you think you've become. You have to keep in mind that there is an audience and there are people who are supporters and fans who can like you today and hate you tomorrow.
That's true. They're very fickle.
Yeah, you can never get to a place where you just feel like you're untouchable and you can do what you want to do. You can say what you want to say. You always have to keep in mind that the people with the biggest influence and the most say-so are the people who are the supporters watching your show.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And just lastly, I want to talk a little bit about music. When are we getting another video, Mel? Because we've seen you doing your thing. We've seen you in the studio. What's next?
Videos are so much fun. So I was actually supposed to shoot down in August, but I'm actually shooting it this month. So he has some other things that popped up with him. You guys know Daquan. So he has some things that pop up, but that's fine. But I love shooting videos. Whenever I'm able to get into that mode, my music mode, I love it. It's fun. It's one of my passions. And I love being able to deliver visuals that go with the song to now where when you hear that song and you listen to it, you see that video, right? And so it touches you even more. So I'm super excited and looking forward to getting that out to you all. And of course, I've already recorded some other songs that I've just chosen not to release yet. But I will tell you this, I am a person who moves at my own pace, at my own speed. I'm not pressured. There's nothing anybody can say to make me do something that I don't feel like doing if I don't feel like doing it yet. So I follow my intuition. I follow what I feel in my spirit in terms of what I should do and when I should do it. Hence, you know, guys, there you go.
That part.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's, you know, that's how I move on a daily basis. So I'll drop the video, and then as I decide to release other songs, I will do so.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we are looking forward to Saturday night's premiere of Love and Marriage Huntsville, September 10th on OWN, and seeing more of you, Mel. It has been so fun chatting with you. I always appreciate you and your openness and how you just love to talk to us in the fan. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. I enjoyed you. Have an amazing week.
Thank you. You too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.